I talk too much. No kidding. Really. I've done it all my life. It's because I'm a detail oriented person. Whether I'm doing research or whether I'm discussing something that I'm interested in, or I'm asking lots of questions, or I'm working on a task, I'm detail oriented. It doesn't mean necessarily that I specialize in precision work, because there's some precision work that I kind of shy away from, to tell you the truth. But the way I think, I'm really detail oriented. Something about when people talk about their opinions on things or their experience with things, they they may tend to try to summarize it, because you tend to lose people right away. People lose their attention span real quick. And when you summarize something, you may not necessarily get the point across. It really depends on who's in your audience. When I try to summarize things in order not to be a motor mouth, I don't make my true opinion clear. I leave out a lot of facts. I don't like doing that. I have had to, I guess in my opinion, dumb things down to talk to people, because I've noticed that some people that I deal with that shy away from wanting to talk to me because I talk too much really kind of show that they're really not very smart. Now, I'm not saying we have to have PhDs in order to have a conversation or something like that. It's just who I am. It's the way I've always been. And if you'll notice, any of you that have had to deal with me, if you'll notice, when I ask you questions, well, what did you mean by that? Or are you talking about this? Or are you talking about that? Or well, where are you coming from with this? Or whatever it is, questions along those lines, it's because I'm trying to get more detail out of you so I don't misinterpret what you're saying. One of the things I think is superior in the English language over all other languages is that we can be very specific in what we are talking about, whereas other languages are very broad. They have one word for this. We might have 15 words for this, and they could all mean a different facet of the same thing. So when I'm talking to somebody and they're using a term that could be broadly interpreted, I may try to reach for that specificity, if that's a word. And that's the way I try to talk in normal life. So I do talk a lot. Now, I will say this. There are people that are chatterboxes. They're very social. There's nothing wrong with that. There's also people who are introverted. They just don't like to talk. Those people can't stand me. And if you're introverted, I don't know why you're jumping onto a live show or you're getting into part of some sort of a discussion. If you're an introvert, why would you put yourself in that position? And another thing about that is that some of the people that don't talk a lot tend to talk more when they're drinking. And some people drink when they're on these live shows. I don't know if it's because they have stage fright or because they're only doing the live shows when they have free time, and when they have free time, they're drinking. I'm not going to lie. I've been drunk on a few live shows. Might not have started out that way, but it just sort of turned out that way. And, later I'm like, oh, why did I do that? But, at the end of the day, it's not like I'm drinking all day, every day. That's not me. But when I drink, I do talk even more than normal. Just ask my wife. She'll tell you he never shuts up. But I'm not an angry drunk or anything like that. I'm a happy drunk. And so sometimes things like that bring out the chatterbox in people. Once again, that can be annoying, and it really just depends. I've been annoyed by people who talk more than me. And there are some of you out there. And then there's people that talk just as much as me, and sometimes we kind of fight for the microphone. And that's partly because we're not in the same room together. Virtually we are, but physically we aren't, so we're not face-to-face and that sort of thing. But in general, I'm just a detail-oriented person at most things that I do. If I cut corners, try to rush through things, or I try to summarize something, you're really not getting me at my best. And if me talking too much turns you off, don't tune in. Don't watch my videos. Don't tune in. If you're a host and you think I talk too much, don't invite me. It's as simple as that. So that's really about the best way I can explain it. And what? I've done it in under 6 minutes. So there you go. Talk too much.